welcome to RAFLIMS. This is Furrukh Hussain. In this hands-on video tutorial, we will learn the DSpace content administration. The very first thing we do after the installation of DSpace is the content administration. So we need to define the communities. We will talk on sub-communities, collections, submissions. So first, let us know what they are, and then practically we will work on them. So let's start with the communities. So what is a community in DSpace? In my opinion, in DSpace, a community is like the main group to start the content administration. Every community in DSpace can be either a parent community, meaning it has at least one sub community, or a child community. That's actually the same thing. So, for instance, if you are creating an institutional repository for a research university or an academic institution, then different faculties would be your communities. For example, faculty of arts, faculty of commerce, faculty of health science, and so on. And then we have sub-community. Of course, a sub-community is a further subdivision of the main community. For example, in an institutional repository of a research university, its main institution of the university, or sometimes the departments, would be the sub-community. So, for example, we have some, they are just examples. For example, we have medical college, nursing and midwifery in a medical science university, and then PGD Institute of Chemistry, European Study Center, departments of library and information science. They would be the sub-community of the faculty of an institutional repository. And then we have collection. So let us know what is collection. Collection in DSpace are the main point to start, such as department of a university, sections of different departments, research groups, from where you can start submissions. For example, you have one sub-community as the Department of Medicine. In that sub-community, we have collection groups like cardiology, sections of cardiology, section of gastro, section of hematology, oncology, internal medicine, section of neurology, and so on. And again, you have one sub-community that is Department of Economics. That's just an example. So the collection point, the collection group would be labor economics, financial economics, economics of land and energy, cooperatives, socialism, public finance, international economics, production, macro and microeconomics, and so on. So we can follow DDC 3 summaries here as the community and the sub-communities and the collection, and then we need to submit items. So the items would be your books, your articles, images, or whatever you would like to submit in DSpace. So they call as a submission. And then every item has metadata. Of course, it has bibliographic description, some record files, and then bundles. Bundles is equal to bitstream. Bitstream is actually the representation of bundles, and every bundle has the original file in some format like PDF or HTML or something like text file or something image file or whatever they are, and then license to distribute that file actually, and then indexing text, of course. So we can say a submission is an item that we submit in DSpace, which contain the metadata and collection of files and bundles like raw files, licenses, and the indexing text. The files contained in the bundles are called bitstream. So they are actually the content hierarchy of DSpace. So we have the community, the very first thing. In communities, we have the sub-community, and then we have collection points, and every collection point has some items. An item has some metadata, bundles represent bitstream, and bitstream has the raw file, metadata, I mean, so on. So this is actually the DSpace content hierarchy. So let us do some practical work. For that purpose, we need to open the DSpace demo site. You can use your own system. So let me open the DSpace demo site on our web browser. We need to write DSpace demo, and DSpace demo site is just for practice purpose. So demo.dspace.org, and there you can directly visit. And this demo is about the 6.3 version. That is actually the stable version. 6.3 is the stable version of DSpace, and there you will also find DSpace 7. That's actually the beta version. 6.3 or 6.x, they both are the same thing. So we have XML UI and JSP UI. XML UI based on XML, and JSP UI based on Bootstrap. Bootstrap means it's a responsive interface. XML UI is one of the traditional UI. So let me open JSP UI. So I'll show you what is Bootstrap or what is the responsive. So here we are at the responsive interface. So this website, I mean this UI is adjustable on all size of devices. That's when it's responsive. So your mobile, your tab, or whatever the size of your device, it will adjust it automatically. That's actually Bootstrap. So there we need to log in with the provided ID and password. So there you can see DSpace site administrator, and then community administrator, collection administrator, submitter, or whatever. So site administrator is actually the main person. So let us log in with the site administrator. We need to sign on to my DSpace, and there we need to write the password. Let me back here, and there we need to write the password that is equal to the lowercase name of this software. So that is DSpace. So let us log in here, and I just paste this uh, email address, I mean the username, and then DSpace. So we are logging here. When we log in here, we need to go the administer and or the administration tools. The very first tool that we need to work on is the content. There we need to work on community and collection and then item. The second thing we need to work is the access control, like to add some e-person and groups and authorization and journal settings. So we will discuss the access control in next video, and this video is about the content administration, where we need to work on the communities and collection and items. So let us start. So the communities, there you can see it's a demo site and lots of people working. So you will see the communities and collection. Already someone has created this community, and the sub community and collection, this one and this one, they are actually sample. So let us start with the create top level community. When we click on this or tab on this button, we need to provide the community metadata. That's mean the name of community, short description, introductory text, the copyright text, and the sidebar text, for example navigation or something like that, and of course a logo. If you have some logo, so you can provide that. So let me write the community name. That's actually Faculty of Health Sciences, and the short description would be FHS. Introductory text, we can add some HTML or some plain text. So H4, heading 4, and welcome to Faculty of Health Sciences community. This is just an example. You can add any whatever you want to add. Introductory text and heading close. And let us do this in center. enter close. And copyright text. The copyright text would be, uh, this is just an example. You can add some license agreement or whatever you want to add. So you can add in a plain text. So let me write for copyright access is right at this is just an example. You can write any text or some license agreement. If you have some license agreement, you can write here. Navigation, you can add some navigation. Let me add some navigation. Um, Airline uh, approved by College of Physician, Surgeon, Pakistan, and airline close. So you can upload a logo. So let me select one logo, and maybe I have some logo. Document, faculty, yes. Upload. And now we need to update this. We can check this, we can review this, and let us see what we have did. So this is what I have created. Let me update this. When we update this, so we have created one top level community. So this is what we have created, the welcome text, and this is the copyright text and the logo and the community name. So after this, we need to create sub community. Okay, so click here. Again, we need to provide the metadata. So there, for example, Department of Medicine. This is an example. Medicine. This is not mandatory. You will provide all the fields here, but if you have information, if you have some separate logo, you can. So I just write the name here and create. This way we have created one sub community, and in sub community we need to create collection. For that collection we need to check the required field. We need to check mark check here. So new item should be publicly readable if you would like to or not. So you can uncheck this. Some user will be able to submit to this collection. Of course they will. And the submission workflow will include an acceptance reject step. If you would like to, yes, yes. I think all maybe yes, but let us go with the uh, default setting. So the submission workflow will include an added metadata step. The collection will have delegated collection administrator or so and so. So let us go with the default setting, and there we need to define the collection. So the collection would be the sections. For example, when we talking about the Department of Medicine, so there we need to provide some sections. So I have copied some section here. Okay, sections of cardiology, for example, and the short description. If you would like to add, so you can add some short description, and that's not mandatory actually. Introductory tags, copyright tags. Of course you need to provide some copyright license, or so many things. Yeah, here we have license agreement, so we need to provide some license agreement. For example, I want um, license for, okay, So this is a, you can add if you have, so you can add a logo as well. Sidebar, copyright tags. That's so easy actually. And next here. Okay, and we need to add some e-person. Who is actually the e-person who will administrate this section, I mean this collection, who will work on this collection, who has right to work on this. So we can do some, we can select some e-person. For example, we have here, we have some e-person. So add and add from the administrator, whoever we like to add. So we have added all the administrator here, and select some group. So let us select some group who will work on that. Anyone can work on that. So okay. If you would like to allow your patrons to add in this collection, so they will add in this. So I have added two, and the next, and now we have created one collection. So we need to upload a logo if we have, or if we don't have, we need to update this. So we have created one community, one sub community, and one collection. And after that, we need to submit to this collection. Okay, there we need to add some item. If we have some book, we have some articles, so we will add this. Okay, before doing this, I would like to add one more community, and the sub community, and then collection. So let me repeat the process once again. Okay. Content, we need to go at the community and collection, and there we need to create top level community and need to provide the community name, for example, faculty of arts. And the short description, whatever the short description you would like to add, some text, HTML, introductory text in HTML format or in plain format, you can use. This is welcome to plain format, faculty of arts. Copyright text, let me copy where I have. This is one HTML. For copyright information or any further details, kindly contact us at this email address. And so we have created sidebar navigation. So we have this chartered by University of Karachi. Add logo. So we can add logo here. Maybe I have another logo. Something like Faculty of Arts. Okay, I think this will work. Upload this. Now you can see, you can update this. So we have created one more community here as a Faculty of Arts, and you can see the welcome of Faculty of Arts and copyright information and the sidebar. And in this community, we can create sub community. So let us create one sub community, and the sub community will be PGD Institutes of Economics. So we have created one more sub community and short description if you would like to add sub community of Faculty of Arts. Introductory text, if you like to add, you can, or logo or some sidebar text, and you can create this. So we have created one more sub community and then collection, create collection. So let us click with this. Let us go with all that. Next, now we need to provide the name of the collection. That may be subdivision of economics, for example, labor economics, one of the section. Short description. If you would like to add, you can fill all of them, but let us go as it is. And of course, we need to add some e-people who will actually administrate them. So you need to create some e-people. The more important thing, a site administrator is enough if there's one person working on it. So we have added the site administrator. And of course, we need to add some group. So people can work on this. Or if we can skip this, this is not so hard and fast, so we can skip this step as well. Okay, so we have select this submission workflow, accept, reject, metadata. So it will ask me people every time. Submission workflow. So we have checked all these steps. So it's asking me who will actually work on for this. So there I need to provide the e-people and the group as well. So I was just going to select the site administrator and also the administrator group, and that's all. Okay. So the better idea is not to check on all the options. So we can move easily. But it's depend on the policy of your organization, how they actually handle this. Okay, so there you need to define the default metadata fields as well. Oh my god, it's so long. Let us go as it is. So let us update this, and here we are, labor economics. You can add this as well. So let me add this to labor economics. Not so good. So we have created once again one community, one sub community, one collection. So now we are going to submit in this collection. So if you have some article, if you have some books, so you need to work on that, and you need to submit to this collection. So we will add some item in both of the communities and sub communities. So there we can see we have added some item here. We have added one community here, Faculty of Arts. We have added this community here, Faculty of Health Sciences. So now we are actually going to add submission in this sub community, I mean in this collection. Section of cardiology, so where we can submit to this collection. We always submit an article, a book, or whatever we would like to add in the collection. So collection is actually the starting point. So the very first thing we need to work on the community. The second we need to work on sub community and then collection. So in collection we always submit an item. So let us start now. So let us start submission to this article. So let us start submission to this collection. I have already downloaded few articles and a book, and let me assume that the book and the articles are in Creative Commons or we have license to distribute them. So let me start with one of the article, and we need to write the author last name first and first name last. So copy this last name, paste here. To save time, I'm trying to copy paste with the titles. Title of the article is this. Month, December 17, 2000. Publisher. Okay, it will automatically generate the citation, so skip this. And the serial name or the journal name is there. You need to provide the volume number and issue number. ISSN number, article, English, next, subject, okay. Try to provide author provided keywords. So I am just selecting a random. If there's some author provided keywords, so you will. I don't think any author provided keyword here. Okay. Abstract. Sponsor description, you can add more details about. And next. If selected, the item wouldn't be searchable. So you don't need this private item. So you can drag and drop, or you can select file here. Let me select. You can provide any name like as a description or leave it as it is. Next, here's the main bitstream file, and then next. And now you need to verify all the details are okay or not. Okay. Creative Commons license or public domain license or any other license. So let us select the Creative Commons. Here's the Creative Commons license. Want. Now it has submitted. Submit another item to the same collection. So let us submit another item. And that's actually this article. Author last name first. And the first name last. Add more author if there are. So this is for second author. Add more author. And title. Other title, if there's some parallel title you can add. Date, need to check the date. It's February 2019. February 2019. And the publisher, audiology. Citation, so you can add citation manually or it will automatically generate. The publisher is actually the journal itself. Volume number and issue number or any other number. 16.2. ISSN number, for that purpose you need to check the journal if available here. Article, language is English. Keyword, you can select the author provided keyword if there are.
and the abstract. We need to format, we need to remove the formatting of the abstract. So you can use text format, I mean text file to remove the format, a word to remove the format. Let me try to here. Okay. Sponsor detail and description. Next, select file and drag. So file is this one, PDF file. Next, here's the main bitstream file. Next, and if there are any corrections, so we can review here. Next, okay, select the license. So I will say Creative Commons, and there we have two options. We can allow this for commercial use, or we or modification in this work. And yes, I grant the license. Okay, so we can submit another collection, I mean another item in this collection. So we are going to community and collection here, and I'm going to submit another item in the next community, I mean in next collection. So we have faculty of arts. In that faculty we have a sub community PGD Institute of Economics, and then we have labor economics. So we are going to submit a book in labor economics. Before that we have submitted two articles. Now we are going to submit one book here. So let me open the book. So it's political economics, realities of today, capitalism. I'm assuming that this book is under Creative Commons license. I have just randomly downloaded from Google. So let me do that. Okay, it's not an OCR scan, so we need to type veggie. Title would be political economics reality. If there's some other title, can write here the date 2017, and the publisher, book, boom, book, boom, back. Citation, so you can provide a manual citation. serial number, report number. If there's some serial, so you can write the serial number with the book. ISBN number. So there you need to provide ISBN number instead of ISSN number. So we have 97887, 97887, 403, 1929, and 3. Without dashes, we have book. Language is English. Keyword would be labor economics. Capitalism. So you can add more. And the economic. And you can check the subject category if you would like to. Abstract, sponsor, description. So you can write some description here about the book, and you can use preface as well. Next, there you need to add the file. I said labor economics book. Next, and we need to verify this if there's some correction required, so we can correct here. Next, license, Creative Commons license. We can use any other license as well if we would like to. I grant the license, and it has submitted. Now let us go and see what we have submitted. In Faculty of Health Science, we have submitted in this collection, we have submitted 2 articles. In Faculty of Arts, we have submitted 0. Okay, we have submitted 1 here. Okay, so we when we are creating this labor economics, this collection, so we actually set to administer function. An administrator can allow the submission, so we need to allow the submission. So there we need to allow what we have submitted. This one. Submission in workflow process. So we will allow this. So we can take this task as an administrator, and then we will accept this task, and we can actually approve, reject, or we can edit metadata, whatever, do later, and let us approve. return to my DSpace. Okay, so when we talk about the e-person and the authorization in DSpace, so we will talk about this more detail. So for now, an administrator will approve because we have marked check there, and when we create that community. So okay, now it will take few time to come on. I mean, so let us refresh this. Okay, let us see once again. Maybe we need to do this once again. Okay, okay, okay. So we need to commit this to archive, main archive. So now it's a part of archive. So okay, here we are. So we have added one item in this collection, two item in this collection. So let me show you this one. So we can download this, we can check this, and it's under Creative Commons. And let us go to another community, I mean the collection, where we have submitted two items. These two items. So okay, so anyone can search here. For example, let me search. So it has these two results and one section that is we have created, and the further distribution like the author name. So someone may search from the author name, title, or whatever the fields are available, and also can browse. So let me search another term that was labor economics. So here we are. So today we have created, I mean, we have learned how we can create communities, sub communities, collection, and how we can submit an item or different items. So thank you very much. You're watching Reference. This is furrukh.hussain.